The Earthship was a concept that came out of the desert Southwest. About 10 years ago or so, when we began this project, we were the first one east of the Mississippi. We're still, to my knowledge, the only one in the state of Ohio, and certainly the only one that's open to the public. Annie actually had the idea. She was listening to the radio and heard Michael Reynolds, who's the architect who designed the Earthship concept. But Annie called me at work one day and she goes, you know, we should build a house out of trash up there on our farm in Ohio. And I said, well, okay, why not? So that's kind of been the nature of our relationship, is she gets the ideas and gets all motivated, and then I'm the one who's supposed to make it happen.
Well, our house of trash, Jay hates for me to say that, but it's really so visual. You can just know, oh, it's trash. But what it is it's clean garbage that would have ended up in the waste stream. So we have tires that are rammed with earth that help us to heat and cool the building by creating mass. We've got tons of bottles and cans. We've used milk jugs, plastic 2-liter bottles, whatever is available. And those things, there are lots and lots and lots of those things. They help us to insulate the building, but we just use what's at hand. So if there's pressed tin, then we use pressed tin on the ceiling. If there are barns that are going to be burned down, then we take the barns apart and we've used the lumber. Whatever's out there, and there's a lot of garbage out there, it's amazing.
We have torn down a lot of barns. Annie was at one of these auctions trying to buy some tools, and the auctioneer standing there and said, okay, we're going to auction off this barn over here. And of course, she's the diva of the dumpster. You know, she's looking at this barn saying, oh, look at all the wood, look at all the hay, look at all the tools. And then when it only went for $200, of course, she had to bid on it. And she called me up and said, hey, Jay, I bought a barn. What are we doing with a barn, you know?
The reason the house is called an Earthship is that if you think about a spaceship, it has everything you need in order to survive, including how to deal with waste. And this building has all those capabilities. It helps us to collect water so that we have all the water we need. It heats and cools itself. It keeps us comfortable in the winter and in the summer. It's very well insulated. So the building is comfortable. It takes care of us. It protects us. It's a really terrific building. I do it again 1,000,000 times over. Blue Rock Station has many different components. We have a plastic bottle greenhouse that's made of tires and bottles with the idea of raising food year-round. Of course, the Earthship, which houses us, and we have a chicken chalet. It's actually a vaulted straw bale building. As we say, nothing but the best for our chickens.
We use beer bottles and beer cans as the front and the back, and then an adobe plaster mix. So the chickens are quite comfortable. They're very spoiled, and they've asked for central air and television, but we won't do that. And then we have the Llama Lounge. The Llama Lounge has a low southern exposure, so it provides maximum shade, has a lot of roof surface, so it provides a lot of water, and it also has east-west openings so that you get a constant breeze in there.
We have a solar shower that's just being completed. So we have lots of buildings in us. There's no problem with coming up with buildings. So it's just fun to build with garbage, and it's so simple and easy to do compared to conventional structure when you're just filling in space.
Throughout the construction process, Annie and Jay found if they built it, people came.
Well, originally our thought was we were building this for ourselves. And as we started building it, people just started showing up. And they'd come up and they'd say, oh, are you guys building a house out of tires? You know, we say, yeah, we're building a house out of tires. And say, oh, can we look around? So people would come and they would look around. Suddenly, busloads of people started showing up, and it became a tourist attraction.
Now, besides being their home, Blue Rock Station is a full-fledged sustainability center, devoted to showing people how to build, eat, and live sustainably.
We're trying to do things that don't take away from the future.
But we have about 30 chickens, and these are all rare breed chickens. Our food system has become highly industrialized. So these are rare breed chickens because the system of producing chickens has become essentially a factory. And unless a chicken is able to to thrive in that factory environment, they simply don't raise that breed. We're trying to use what's available, what's local, what we have. So let's walk over here to the pop bottle greenhouse. So if you orient your buildings facing the south, which every building really should be in the northern hemisphere, then you're going to save about 25% on your heating and cooling. Because every window that faces north is just a giant hole in your house that's leaking out heat in the wintertime. And every window that's facing south in the wintertime is a little heater that's gaining passive solar. And the other aspect to both of these buildings, though, is they're both designed to capture all of the water that they need. So this building will capture enough water to provide for the llamas, and it goes into a rain barrel and then fed to an automatic waterer.
Welcome to Ohio's first Earthship. Our goal is to demonstrate that there are many different ways to create warmth and coolness without using energy from the grid or from a utility. The idea, though, is that the house is a machine and it's able to collect energy and use that energy without any help from us. We also collect water off the roof, as I said, into the 5,000-gallon cistern.
Annie and Jay say their lifestyle produces only about 1 bag of non-recyclable garbage per month, and their entire utility bill for the farm runs about $50 a month. Their lifestyle is vastly different from most modern Americans, but they don't feel it's in any way strange or even new.
I see us as people who are living a simple way but a healthy way, and the way that my grandparents would have lived.
And with over 3,000 visitors each year, apparently a lot of people are interested in at least exploring their way of life.
People come here for many different reasons. We always say when somebody comes down the lane, they're looking for something. Our workshops are full, and we get to meet a lot of amazing people who are interested in the buildings. I think that's their excuse for coming sometimes, but a lot of times people have such a longing to feel connected.
I think all of the things we're demonstrating here, we demonstrate them to show people it's possible. And when something's possible, then it's up to that individual to say, yes, I want to adopt some aspect of this into my life. We see a lot of people coming through here, and they all have this longing. They have this disconnectedness from the world. I don't think they're going to go out and build a house out of tires or take solar showers or, milk their own goats every morning. But maybe they'll make changes like, say, why am I buying this processed food in the store? Why don't I go to my local farmer's market? Get a relationship with a farmer nearby, be part of a CSA. Why am I buying this thing? Do I need it? Will I be happy without it?
When people come here, they're looking for something in their soul. And if they find it, that's quite exciting. And if they don't, we just have some moments together. So it's good.